Galactic Standard Date. Year 11356. Day 93. Sol Standard Date 4th of the 5th, 3267. Aurelius had gotten orders from Basilis to send the crew of the Amaryllis to Catherine's side, but first he needed their consent to change jobs. He decided to just call them in for an interview one by one and see what they had to say. First up would be Jeff, but he was pretty sure he knew the answer already. Jeff walked into Aurelius's office and snapped a salute. "I am reporting for duty, sir. I am quite certain you're sending me back to my assigned VIP, so let's hurry, please. I was entrusted with this role by the man himself, and I haven't been able to complete my mission since this shit started," he said. Aurelius blinked a couple of times at the sheer brazenness of the man in front of him. He started off good, but switched gears with lightning speed. "You are quite correct, soldier. I would remind you that you are speaking to a superior. Even if you are on a special assignment from the Emperor himself, I am still the Arch-Primarch. There's really no way to speak to me," he said. Jeff rolled his eyes and tapped the table. "Listen here, boy, I've been away from Catherine for exactly 9 hours and 47 minutes. That is enough time for everything that could go wrong to go wrong. Whether she is the one who makes it wrong or somebody else does, I do not care what your rank is. There is only one man whose orders I follow, and you are not that man. Are we clear, Aurelius?" he said. Aurelius let his jaw fall open and he just froze. He had no clue how to handle this situation. It was effectively unprecedented after all. But what the fuck? Get the fuck out of my office, soldier. You're dismissed. I will talk to Basilis about changing Catherine's bodyguard as well, he said. Jeff just snorted a laugh. "Go ahead and cry to the Emperor. He might just get a laugh out of it. There's a reason that I was specifically chosen for this mission, boy. You lead the fleets, not me," he said, as he walked out of the room. Aurelius was practically crimson. He was so red. He decided that he needed a smoke break before he took in the next member of her crew. After he took about 10 minutes to chain smoke a pack of THC-6, he called in Alan. Alan walked in nervous as all hell before taking a seat and staring at Aurelius in silence. Aurelius sighed and tossed Alan a smoke and began talking while he began smoking. "Would you like a job as an ambassadorial aide? You'll get to keep helping that captain of yours. You will also see significantly higher pay. Oh, and there's the fact that you will be able to be one of the first people partaking of an alien culture," he said. Alan coughed a little. "Wait, she was made ambassador after what happened with the Ateni? Really? How the hell does that happen? And I mean, sure, I guess I'll take the job. Better paid sounds really nice, and I'm already quite familiar with how to handle Catherine," he said. Aurelius sighed and thought, "Oh, thank Basilis, this one is normal." He nodded to the door. "All right, we will get you set and ready to leave in the next hour. Gather your belongings and prepare for transit. Also, send in the next one on your way out," he said. Alan walked out the door in a hurry and looked at Ashley. "You're up, sis. It's nothing bad. We're being offered a job," he said, as he walked away. Ashley nodded to him and walked into the room, taking the seat as soon as she saw it. Aurelius clasped his hands together. "So, I heard Alan gave you the gist of our meeting. Would you like an ambassadorial job as Catherine's aide, or would you like an express trip to your home on New Horizons?" he asked. Ashley just looked at him. "Put me wherever my stupid brother is going. He and I are a team. Where he goes, I go," she said, as she got up from her seat and walked out the door. Aurelius just sighed and yelled, "Next!" Nadia walked in and shuffled around a little bit, before taking a seat and looking straight down at the floor. Aurelius tapped on the table. "You're going to be fine. I'm not here to give you any bad news. I simply wish to ask you if you want another job at Catherine's side," he said. Nadia looked up with her eyes, keeping her head pointed down. "No, I can't. I heard that it would be an ambassadorial job. I'm not good with getting attention. I was comfortable just living the easy life on a cargo hauler," she said nervously. Aurelius nodded his head. "It's okay if you do not wish to go into this mission. It is a very big responsibility after all. I can get you express transit back to your home on Zurikor. Apparently you have family there. Also, we will be giving you a hefty severance package for the trouble, so you won't have to worry about money while searching for your next job," he said. Nadia actually looked up at him fully now, as her eyes widened. I can just go back home after all of this? I'll even be getting paid to go home? I would like to take this deal," she said, a bit of cheer in her voice. Aurelius smiled and nodded to the door. "Go on ahead and gather up your stuff. Say your goodbyes to the Hales as well. They chose to join Catherine on her misadventures," he said, smiling. Nadia thanked him for his time and left. Aurelius contacted Basilis to ask him about the rebellious soldier that he had guarding Catherine. Hello, Lord Basilis. I had a quick question regarding your choice of bodyguard for... He was cut off mid-sentence. Yeah, no. I won't be changing guards for Catherine, especially not with what we have going on here. Forgive him if he was rude to you. I cannot explain his circumstances, but he is the only one for this job. Trust me on this, Aurelius, he said, as he dropped contact with Aurelius. Aurelius shook his head in confusion at the whole scenario. Why is the Emperor not letting me in on some things that would really be helpful to know ahead of time? I know I'm new to being Arch-Primarch, but I am literally the highest ranking general of the Imperium currently. I do not understand why so many things are being kept in the dark. Does the Emperor not trust me? He ruminated on these thoughts for the next hour before leaving his office to send off the three who were going to Catherine's side in the Galactic Compact. Aurelius walked the three to the shuttle and, on their way in, he handed them each a bag. Inside of these are your new designs for ambassadorial clothing and accessories, as well as a manual that you can upload into your subconscious that details the mannerisms that are deemed necessary for ambassadorial aids. You must look the part and sound the part. Although you are going to be aides with Catherine, I'm sure your jobs won't differ too much from what the manual states. Also, here's a bag for the VIP herself, he said, as he tossed the extra bag at Jeff, who snatched it out of the air quicker than Aurelius could track. Aurelius scoffed and turned out the door, as a little orange streak passed him by unnoticed, before hitting the button that sealed the chamber, and launched the shuttle. The group of three sat in silence for their trip to the council, as they stared at the red fogs. Once they arrived, they all fabbed up their new clothes and admired the black and gold rose with a dragon emblazoned across the chest. Alan left the shuttle and took in the hell and air. Oh man, this place has a fresh smell. Although, now that I'm looking at it, how are we going to fit through the doors here? They're only 5 feet tall, he said. Ashley stepped up behind him and ignored him as she headed to the doorway and hunched over while staring at Alan. Like this, dumbass. We just have to duck. Duh, she said, as she opened the door and walked inside. The little fox sprinted inside ahead of them. Alan followed Ashley inside and probably began complaining about how low the ceiling was. Even though the doors were only 5 feet up, I was expecting 6 foot of ceiling. Who put the doors at the same height as the ceiling? He said, as he crashed his way through the building's grand halls. Ashley and Alan opened the doors to the grand chamber, only to see a massive pile of fluff and scale over a blonde-haired girl, and their jaws dropped. They shouldn't have even been surprised. They knew how Catherine was, but these were foreign dignitaries, not some animals. Then they noticed that Jeff was already inside, at the back of the chamber. He was just standing there as if he had been there forever. He didn't even acknowledge their presence as they walked inside. Alan looked at Ashley. Jeff's a spooky dude. How the hell did he get here before us? Actually, did you even see him leave the shuttle? He said. Ashley cocked her eyebrow as she stared at Jeff. No, sure didn't. I even forgot that he was supposed to be with us. Definitely spooky, she said. Alan laughed. So these people are having their first impressions with the galaxy's spookiest dude, and Catherine is the Free Wrangler. Great. They're going to be expecting us to be weird too, he said.